Good job with the choosing of the image. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Hi, hi. Settle in, settle in. So today we will be practicing a very gentle fusion of yin yoga and Kundalini yoga. So even though this practice is gentle, I still highly recommend having props very close to you. Props help support the joints and the bones so that you can fully experience the poses in a safe and supported way. So here we have 2 blocks. If you have more, even better. You're going to want a bolster. Josh is sitting on his bolster, so that's like a bigger, tighter cushion. You can have some softer pillows, maybe pillows from your bed nearby as well, and a blanket. Maybe a couple of rolled up blankets as well. Or towels. Towels are also very helpful if you don't have a blanket handy. So giving you some time to grab all of those things. What we're going to be doing during practice is we're going to start off with a very gentle yin flow for the spine. And then we will move into practicing a kriya to strengthen the nervous system. And this particular kriya is excellent for toning the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the central nerve of communication between our nervous system and all of our major organs. It travels, the vagus nerve, it travels from our brainstem down the torso, and it ends around the lower abdomen. And it is along this path that it sort of branches out to all of the major organs. So essentially the vagus nerve is a part of a circuit, kind of, that links the neck, heart, the lungs, and the abdomen to the brain. And it plays a major part in the function of our autonomic nervous system, so our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous system, and how we resist stress or teach our body how to resist stress is through the vagus nerve, through the strengthening of our nervous system. So we are going to get started by tuning in, and we tune in by chanting Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And we chant this 3 times to open Kundalini yoga practice. And it translates to, I bow to the creative wisdom, I bow to the divine teacher that is within me. And we follow that with the Mangala Charan mantra, which is the protective chant, which we chant 4 times. If you don't know the mantra, it's okay. You can just hum along, or you can just listen. And we're just going to start by rubbing our hands together to create some heat energy in the palms. And then bringing your hands to heart center, gently pressing your thumbs against your sternum. The elbows are extended outward. And then closing your eyes. Or you can leave the eyes open, but if the eyes are open, then soften your gaze and relax the eyes. And connect with your breath. And allow your thumbs to connect with your heartbeat. As you breathe deeply. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And suspend the breath at the top, holding the breath for just a moment. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply again through your nose. And suspend the breath again and draw your navel back towards your spine, holding the breath. And exhale. And then on the next inhale, we'll begin. Take a deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply for the protective chant. Ad Gure Name, Jugar Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugar Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugar Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugar Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Inhale deeply and exhale. And Satnam, everyone. And Satnam translates to truth is my identity. So we're going to start off in Siri Om. And in Siri Om, we're coming into a seated position, an easy pose. You can place a bolster or a pillow under your sits bones to elevate the hips if there's any tension in the knees. You can also bring a couple of blocks under your knees to support them as well. And when we're in this position, we're just going to begin to rotate the torso forward as we inhale through the nose. And then we exhale as we round the spine. Inhale as we draw the chest forward, opening through the heart. Shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. And then we're exhaling as we round the spine back. Just moving nice and slowly here. There's no rush. And allow your muscles to relax. We're just gently beginning to stretch the spine a bit. And then reversing directions when you're ready, going the other way. Maybe closing your eyes down and allowing yourself to feel into the movements. And then slowly making those circles smaller and smaller. Eventually making your way to center. Inhale deeply, lengthening through the spine. And And then exhale to release the breath. And then we're just going to begin to roll the shoulders back. Continuing to breathe deeply. Beautiful. Releasing any tension in the shoulders, in the upper back, massaging the thyroid. And then reversing the direction, going forward with the shoulders. And then inhaling to bring the shoulders up towards the ears, giving a little bit of pressure, squeezing the tension out. And then exhale to release that. And then very slowly bringing your chin to meet your chest or towards your chest. And then we're just going to begin some neck turns. So we're just rotating the head to the right. Remembering to breathe. And if this is uncomfortable for your neck, you can always switch to a figure 8. Just rotating the head in a figure 8. And continue. And then reversing directions when you're ready. And then eventually bringing your chin to your chest. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. And then slowly roll up. And opening your eyes if they're closed. We're going to move into butterfly pose. So in butterfly pose, we're bringing the soles of our feet together, and then we're bringing the feet far out from the body. We're not going to bring them so close in, if that's what you're used to. Try to bring them out a little bit and bring the soles of the feet together. You can sit on a pillow to lift the hips higher if you have sciatica. And if there are any issues in your low back, keep the spine as straight as possible as you lean forward into this pose. You can also place blocks underneath your knees if you need to. So inhaling deeply, exhale to round forward as you fold forward. And again, if you have any low back issues or sciatica, keep the spine as straight as possible as you fold forward. And then just staying here for a moment, coming into the pose at an appropriate depth for your body. And then maybe you want to take a bolster and turn it the long way to sort of rest your head onto. Giving yourself some support. Ocean breath here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose if possible. And hear that and feel the vibration in your throat as you exhale. And see if you can allow yourself to be as still as you possibly can here. And just give your body time to open. flexion of the spine. And we're stretching all of the ligaments in the back, the hips, and the hamstrings. And awakening those lines of energy that lead to the liver and the kidneys and even the urinary bladder and the gallbladder. Allowing energy to flow to the ovaries as well. Slowly and gently rise up, and using your hands for support, we're going to really gently make our way into windshield wiper. So bringing your hands behind you for support, lean back, bring the soles of your feet onto the mat, knees up, and just begin to windshield wiper the legs left to right. Giving the hips a nice massage here. Nice little counter pose. And then eventually bringing this to a close, we're going to move into half butterfly or half dragonfly pose. And we're extending the left leg out and then tucking that right leg in, that right foot in. You can place a block under your right knee if you feel like it's collapsing down and there's any tension in the inner thigh. And if you have tight hamstrings, you can bend the extended knee. So, or you can place support, rolled up blanket or a bolster right underneath your thigh. And if that doesn't work, feel free to bend the knee all the way, even placing the sole of your foot onto the ground. That is also totally fine. So finding that position that works best for you. And then we're going to inhale deeply, and then we're going to turn a little bit in the torso to face the left knee as we exhale and bow forward. If you have any low back issues or sciatica, keeping the spine as straight as possible as you fold, as you lean into the pose. And if not, rounding the back. And even here, you can bring in that bolster to support the head. As you breathe deeply, ocean breath, deep inhales and exhales, hearing the breath, hearing the exhale. And just go to that point where you feel a little bit of resistance. And give the body some time to open. There is no rush into the pose. Allow yourself to melt into it using the breath. Sending the breath to wherever you feel discomfort or resistance or stress. And now, very gently, And slowly rise up, taking your time, using those hands to support you on your way up. And then slowly moving into bringing those legs out in front of you, stretching the legs out in front of you. Place your hands behind you for some support. Lean back and bring the head back, lifting the chin, opening through the chest. Breathing here for a moment. And then bringing that counter pose to a close. Coming back to center. We're gonna go to the other side. So extending that right leg out, tucking the left foot in, bringing a block under the left knee if you would like to. If you have tight hamstrings, bend the extended knee or place that blanket or bolster under your thighs. Take the time to apply what is needed. And as you turn, inhale. And exhale as you fold forward, keeping the spine straight if you have any low back issues, and if not, and you're comfortable with it, round the spine forward as you fold forward. And feel free to bring in that bolster for extra support to rest your head onto as you breathe deeply. Ocean breath. Feel that exhale vibrating in your throat. Allowing the body time to open. Very gently and slowly rising up, really taking your time here. Moving in any way feels right to you, and eventually stretching your legs out in front of you when you're ready. Placing your hands behind you for support, leaning back, opening through the chest, bringing the head back, lifting the chin, opening through the heart space. Remembering to breathe. And then rising back up, coming back to center, neutral spine, and then making your way nice and slowly into caterpillar pose, or life nerve stretch in Kundalini yoga. It's when we extend the legs out in front of us, bringing them together, and you can sit up on a bolster or a pillow to help bring your hips up. And if you have any low back issues, keep the spine very straight as we're folding forward in this pose as well. If you have tight hamstrings, feel free to bend the knees or place support under your knees. And inhale to lengthen. Exhale as you fold forward. Folding forward towards your knees. And you can always bring that bolster between the knees, opening the legs a little bit and allowing your head to rest onto it for extra support. And what's most important is that you allow the muscles to relax here. You want to feel the stretch in the back. Not as much in your knee and your hamstrings. So place whatever props you need to alleviate that. Deep ocean breathing in and out through the nose. And this exercise, it compresses the stomach, which helps improve our digestion. It stretches the ligaments in the spine. It helps massage the adrenals. And it awakens the kidney and urinary bladder meridians, the lines of energy associated with the kidneys and the urinary bladder. So just really give your body some time to open and direct the breath wherever it is that you notice sensations. Now, begin to push the floor away from you as you slowly roll up. And nice and gently lean back, using your hands for support. And gently bring the head back to open through the chest. And staying in this position for a moment as you breathe deeply. And now gently bring your head back up nice and slowly, and staying in this position, begin to tap your big toes together. So just tapping the big toes together, that's all. This very interesting exercise, it affects the spleen meridian. And what this does is it allows heat energy to descend, which is so important for our overall health. So bringing that to a close, come to lie down all the way on your back, all the way down. Lying down all the way. Extend your arms up overhead and stretch your arms as you inhale. Stretch the feet down and the arms up, stretching the whole body as you inhale deeply, and then exhale to release that down. Again, one more time. Inhale, stretching the whole body. Stretch your hands up, stretch the feet down, squeeze everything, tense up the body as you inhale, and exhale to release that down. Relax your muscles, relax down. Taking a moment to just breathe here. Just relaxing for a moment. So next we're going to be coming into bridge pose or supported bridge. So bending your knees and bringing your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands by your side, palms down. And then slowly push your hips up off the ground. Now, for some extra support, place a block or two under your sacrum to rest your low back on. You can adjust the height of the block to the desired height that most supports you in this position. As you can see, the height that Josh has it here. So finding that spot that works for you, for everyone it's a little different. You can use more than one block as well. And then if you don't need the support, you can always take the support out if you're able to hold your hips up without it bothering you too much. But placing blocks under your sacrum for a supported bridge pose, what this does is it allows the spine to experience extension while it's being gently supported. So another thing to mention, if you are on the heavier days of your moon cycle, if you have your period, you can do long, deep breathing here. And if not, and this is optional as well, we're going to begin to do rapid breathing in and out through the mouth, through an O-shaped mouth. Breathing rapidly in and out through an O-shaped mouth here. This exercise, it really benefits the nervous system because we're stimulating the organs of the abdomen, the lungs, and the thyroid. Remember that you are welcome to switch to long, deep breathing at any point. You can lower down and take a break if you need to. But we're almost there. We're here for 1 minute. Almost there. 7 more seconds. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Remove the props. Come on down. Relax. Take up as much space as you would like. Open up through the legs, open up the arms, breathe naturally. And feel the circulation of blood and energy flowing through your backside and your front sides of your body. That pose really helps strengthen the function of the autonomic nervous system. bringing your knees into your chest. Maybe opening the knees, coming into a happy baby. Holding on to your feet if you'd like, or just holding on to your knees and your shins, and just rock back and forth, side to side. Rock side to side, massaging the low back a little bit. And then bringing this to a close, bringing the knees in towards your chest, giving them a little squeeze. We're just gonna rock back and forth on the spine. So we're doing some spinal rolls. So just rocking back and forth, kind of like you see kids do sometimes. This helps activate and awaken the energies on either side of the spine. This is also excellent to do it helps you sleep better at night. It's just a really great exercise for the spine. Then slowly rolling up and coming to stand. Making your way to stand. Grabbing some blocks and having those near you. We're going to face the long side of the mat. And then we're going to inhale, bringing arms up overhead. And then exhale as we fold forward, bringing our hands onto those blocks to bring the floor up to us. And then bend the knees if you need to release through the low back. And just breathe deeply here. You can turn the blocks to whatever height is most supportive for you. Allow your body to relax into this pose and just notice where there is any stress. And now we're going to begin to inhale through the mouth and exhale through the nose, like an ocean breath. So inhaling through the mouth, exhaling through the nose. And if this breath at any point becomes a little uncomfortable, switch back to long, deep breathing through the nose. What this fold does is it soothes the nervous system and it tones and stimulates our internal organs. And that humming of the exhale tones the vagus nerve. Inhaling through the mouth, exhaling through the nose. And now switching back to natural breathing, breathing naturally. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale to bow forward. And nice and gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Taking your time. And just be here for a moment. Catch your balance and move in whatever way feels good for you. And then we're going to be moving into the next exercise. And the next exercise is frog pose. So I'm going to show you the fullest extension of Kundalini frog pose, and then I will show you an adaptation as well. So the fullest extension is to come into a yogi squat-like position. And when we inhale through the nose, we bow forward, straightening the legs as much as we can, it doesn't matter. And then we exhale through the nose to come back to the original position of that squat. An adaptation would be to come into a football-like squat. So you're standing up, you're coming into a gentle squat that feels good for you, and then you're inhaling as you bow forward, and you're exhaling as you come back into that original squat. Now for this particular frog today, we're inhaling and exhaling through the mouth. So coming into the pose that works best for your body today, begin inhaling as you bow, exhaling as you come back into the squat. Inhale through the mouth as you bow, exhale through the mouth as you squat. 11 rounds of frog pose. And that's not mandatory. It could be less. It all depends on how you feel. It could be 5, it could be 3 frog poses. But when you reached whatever that amount is, slowly come to sit in easy pose. Easy pose, cross-leg position when you've completed your rounds. This exercise is excellent because it impacts the kidneys and the adrenal glands. Bringing the energy up into the upper triangle of the body, energy and blood flow into the heart, the lungs, and the brain. Taking your time. When you've completed your rounds, come to sit in easy pose, cross-leg position, making that seat as comfortable as possible. Sitting up on a cushion or a bolster. Maybe placing some blocks under your knees as well. And if easy pose is ever uncomfortable, you can always come into rock pose, which is when we're seated on our knees, on our heels. And Josh will show you rock pose very quickly. Rock pose is when we're seated on our heels. And even here you can bring a pillow under your sits bones, and you could bring a folded blanket or towel under your knees. So we have some options. Coming into easy pose, we're going to wrap our arms like we're crossing our arms right over our torso, folding your arms over your chest. Each hand grabs the other portion of the opposite arm here. And then we're just going to begin to rotate our spine around our hips, going towards the right. Just rotating the spine over the hips. Continuing this motion, breathing deeply. Maybe closing your eyes down. If you'd like to keep the eyes open, soften your gaze, relax your eyes, and continue with the motion. And in this exercise, we're massaging the liver, the spleen, and our lower glands. So continuing to breathe deeply. You might begin to sweat, and that's okay. This is a natural detox response in the body. If it becomes too uncomfortable, you can pause the movement at any time. Beginning to make the circles smaller and smaller. Coming to center, inhale deeply. And exhale to release the breath, release the arms, and come to lie down on your back. Taking your time, make your way to lie down all the way on your back. So I'm going to show you a couple of options here in this next exercise. So you can just watch as you relax. The fullest extension of this pose is to cross your arms, your hands over your chest. Palms are flat on the chest. And then we're going to inhale through the mouth as you raise your torso and your head up, bending forward, folding forward towards your knees. And then you exhale through the nose as you come to lie all the way back down. Now, you can use your hands to help you. So you don't have to keep the hands on the chest. You can use your hands to lift you up, your arms to lift you as you inhale through the mouth, bending forward. And then exhale through the nose to come all the way to lie back down. If you have any tension in the hamstrings, you can bend the knees or you can bring a bolster under your knees as well. Now, you can also choose to sit up all the way. If coming to come all the way down on your back is too much, you can sit up, inhale through the mouth as you bow forward towards your knees, and then exhale through the nose as you rise up just to sit up and lengthen through the spine without actually lying down on your back at all. And using the props I mentioned before, sitting on a blanket or placing a bolster under your knees. And you can switch and alternate between those at any time. So coming into what works for you best, maybe crossing those hands over your chest to start, maybe not. We're going to begin. Inhale through the mouth as you rise, lifting, bowing forward. Exhale through the nose as you come to lie down, and slowly. This is not a race and it's not a rush. Really feel into the pose and the breath. Make adjustments where needed. And at any point, you can just lie down, tuning into your body, tuning into the sensations in your body, because every body is different, and every day is different. Last round, inhale as you fold. Exhale as you release down. And just let it all go. Lying still on your back. Breathing naturally here. And as you lie here, we're going to begin to inhale deeply and quickly through the nose. And then exhale long and slow through the mouth. Inhale quickly and deeply through the nose. And exhale slow and long through the mouth. Slowing down the exhale through the nasal passage. It helps tone the vagus nerve. Slowing down the exhale in general helps tone the vagus nerve. So the slower you can make the exhale, the better it is for your nervous system. Noticing the sensations that you're feeling. Switching to long, deep breathing in and out through the nose if that works for you, if that works better for you right now. See if you can continue with those quick, deep breaths through the nose. And long exhale through the mouth. Long, slow exhales.
Yeah.
And now switching to long, deep breathing or natural breathing. Bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving them a little squeeze. We're going to begin to rock back and forth on the spine and making your way up to a seated position, coming right into butterfly pose. So bringing that bolster under your sits bones if you need to. This one, we're going to bring the feet in a little closer and then maybe cross one foot in front of the other so that you can grab onto your ankle if that works for you. You can also just bring the feet together, the soles of the feet together if that works better, grabbing onto your ankles, and just begin to bounce the knees up and down. Bouncing the knees up and down. You can start off slowly and then increase the speed. But what we're doing here is we're bouncing the knees as far up and down as we can and as fast as we can comfortably. Comfortably. This really helps get into the lower lymph nodes, giving them a nice pumping massage to get the blood circulating. And then bringing this to a close and coming to lie down all the way down on your back again. This is Kundalini Yoga. We're moving into lying down, coming up, lying down, coming back up. And then here we're going to bring the knees into the chest and we're going to do spinal rolls again. So rocking back and forth on the spine. Nice and slowly. And see if it's possible, and it may not be, and that's okay, to come all the way up into a seat and then come to roll back. So each time you roll up, see if you can come into a full seat. We're massaging all of those acupressure points that are along either side of the spine that are connected to our urinary bladder channel. And this is where we tend to store fear and jealousy within the urinary bladder. So we're removing any dense energy here, which allows us to better go with the flow and the changes in life. And then bringing this to a close, come to lie down all the way. For Shavasana, final relaxation. So grab your blanket, any pillows, place a bolster under your knees, place a pillow under your head, wrap yourself up in a blanket. Make this as comfortable as possible. This is your opportunity to do absolutely nothing. So really take advantage of that. Allow yourself to take up as much space on your mat as you would like to. And relax. Slowly beginning to move your fingers and your toes. Just bringing some life back into the body. Rolling the wrists and the ankles. And then rubbing your hands together, creating some heat, and rubbing the soles of your feet together as well, awakening all of those lines of energy and the acupressure points in the palms, bringing your hands to cover your eyes, relaxing the eyes. You were born into this world with your eyes covered in this way. And with that, slowly open your eyes while they're still covered, looking into the darkness. And bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving them a little squeeze. And then rocking back and forth. Or you can always just fold over onto your left side and find a more easeful way to come on up. And then coming into easy pose again. And again, if easy pose is uncomfortable, rock pose is also acceptable and fine. Making the seat as comfortable as possible. We'll be seated here for the next few minutes. So bolster under sits bones, blocks under knees, whatever you need. And this meditation is called Lion's Pause, the Kundalini Yoga meditation. And in this meditation, we're bringing our hands into like lion's claws. So really pressurizing the fingertips and feeling that pressure in the fingertips. And then the arms are extended out like this. And we're crossing the arms over our crown and then allowing the wrists to flick. And then bringing them back. Crossing the arms, alternating the hand that's in front, flicking the wrists, and bringing them back. So we're just moving in this motion. And you can put the arms down. Now, while we're doing this motion with the arms, we're going to be doing a powerful breath of fire, like breath in and out through the nose. So we're breathing powerfully. In and out through the nose. As we move the arms, flicking the wrists as they cross over a crown. And closing your eyes down. And continuing with this motion. Knowing that at any time you can switch to long, deep breathing. Breath of fire is not for everyone. You can also slow down the breath to go along with the motion. So whatever works best. And we're really stimulating the acupressure points in the wrists that are connected to the heart and the lungs, helping awaken those lines of energy. And when we put our hands in this position where we're pressurizing all of the fingertips, this helps control the fingertips, control the brain and its functions. So we're tuning up the lymph and the nervous systems here. And breath of fire helps stimulate the pituitary gland. And this may become uncomfortable. And that's okay. You can always take a break, or you can see if you can push past the discomfort. Because one of the most difficult parts of making positive changes is pushing through the discomfort in our day-to-day life. So remind yourself of the reason you are here today. What is your intention? What is it that you want to release? And what do you want to let go of? Use that anger. If you feel anger rising up, it's really there for a reason. So use that anger, because anger energizes us. Anger motivates us to make change and to find solutions. So let that anger rise up and utilize it to push through so that you can release this anger and relax your nervous system. Now stick out the tongue all the way. Keep moving the arms and breathe. Breath of fire through the mouth with the tongue out all the way. Really stick that tongue out. We'll only be here for 15 seconds. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Hold your claws over your head. Hold the breath as long as you can, and then exhale, release the breath, but keep the posture. Inhale again. Hold the breath, flick the wrists, hold the posture, hold it for as long as you can. And when you can no longer hold the breath, release the breath. Release the arms. And just rest here with the eyes closed, hands rested on your knees or on your lap. And just begin to repeat out loud, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
Inhale deeply. And exhale. Just notice, just be here for a moment, feeling into, noticing how you feel, what has changed, what's different. And then slowly opening your eyes if they're closed. So soon we're going to close practice, but before I close practice with 3 rounds of Sat Nam, I would love to bring to your attention that Jeannie O'Neill, who is one of the directors and educators at Yoga Farm Ithaca, will be hosting a CEU called Restoring Balance through Kundalini Yoga. And that CEU is starting next week. You can find all of the information on the Yoga Farm Ithaca website. So I encourage you to go and take a look and see if it calls to you, if this practice was something that you found very interesting and you'd like to learn more about Kundalini Yoga and how to create fusions with Yin Yoga or restorative yoga. Take a look at this CEU that's coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's close practice with 3 rounds of Sat Nam. Sat Nam translates to truth is my identity. Truth is my name. Rub the hands together. Hands at heart center. Thumbs pressed against the sternum. Eyes closed. Pressed against the center of your love and your compassion. We're going to close with 3 rounds of Sat Nam in the long form. You can listen to me first and jump in. Or if chanting isn't your thing, remember that you are welcome to just listen. Inhale deeply to begin. Sat Nam. so much for allowing me to be your guide this evening. The light that resides in me deeply loves and honors that same light that resides in each and every one of you. And Sat Nam. And have a beautiful night.